Let's use an example to clarify this revival. A road has been built by the government for the cars to uh, use, and it's a smooth and nice road. The cars can go very smoothly, very comfortably. But at some point of time, the government has blocked the road. Okay, so no car can go, can use it. So what the cars started doing, they started to use the field, okay, next to the road. Okay, they go around via the field. Now, as they go through the field, they can't go that smoothly. Okay, there are bumps, and the field has ups and downs. So, through some difficulties, the cars can go through the field. But nevertheless, the actual road is blocked, so they are using it. The cops are there, okay, I mean the traffic police, but he doesn't say anything. He sees that these cars are going through the field, not the real road, but he doesn't say anything because the real road is blocked. Okay, well, that's how it's running. After a long period of time, the government now remove the blockage and start allowing the road again. Okay, what happens, because these cars have been using this field for so long a period, the field has become popular, become familiar, and the road, since it was blocked for so long a period, it has become unfamiliar. So what the cars do, they come to the spot and they still take the field. Okay. Over time, a few of the cars start to use the road. Then gradually more and more cars. Then even more. Okay. So many cars now start using the original road, but still a good number is going via the field. The police still doesn't say anything. But after 90 years, when cursor is still going through the field, then the police says, well, guys, it's actually not the road. It's not the road, it's not something that the government has built as road for the car to use. Okay, you are going this way even after this 90 years. Now you should understand that this is not road. Okay. So after this 90 years period, then it's time to declare that the method used in the middle period, okay, is actually not deen, not something divine, not something sent down by Allah, not something Jibreel alayhi salam brought to the Prophet. Okay, it has been made up, people are using. But right in the beginning, I mean, that's not proper time to declare that. After 90s, you can say that you are still using it. Okay, but still, if the cursor using the bypass, okay, failed, um, the cops may give some tickets, but he doesn't take any major action. Now let's consider that he asked the driver approaches, when the police approaches a driver denies. A driver denies. He says that, well, this is actually the road. This is the road built by the government. Then what happens? He actually couldn't realize that this is not the road. He says that this is the road. He says, oh, police, you don't know. This is actually the road. Then the police may actually seize his license, right? says his license, because he's not understanding that this is not the road. So that's how, I mean, these people, when, I mean, it is declared that this is not deen. If they said no, madrasa's method is deen, no matter whether it matches with Sabaradil or not, okay, it's deen. Then he will be in trouble in the grave. When there will be when he will face the question, what deen is, right? He will be in trouble there, like losing license. Okay. The grave is the major stage. If one can overcome grave duly, the later stages will be easier. Okay. So now, I mean, one has to, well, he can still use the field. There won't be any major action, but he has to realize that this is not the road. He may be using the field, but it's very important that he realize that it's not the road. Okay. So can you match the example with other explanations? Well, now we can explain why uh, Hazrat Saad Dawan Barakatuh has to uh, start saying these new things. Not new things. I mean, start talking about the issue of madrasa and all that. Well, you see, considering the example of the road, as time passes more and more, it becomes less pardonable, or uh, uh, I mean, the excuse can be less acceptable, right? When a person uses the field, okay, because it, I mean, in the middle part, the road was not, the road was blocked, and so it got unfamiliar. So when the government opened it again, there it may take a while to get familiar with that. So it's, I mean, the police may not say anything for a while, but gradually it becomes uh, less pardonable that a person still uses the field. Okay, one should get familiar as time passes. It becomes more and more important over time. Okay, so that's why there is a point of time when the police will say, okay, now you will now start saying that why are you using this field? This is not, or at least he said you need to recognize that this is not the road. Okay, but he, right, okay, so anyway, uh, even just looking at the field, even just going through the field, one should understand that this is not the right road, because there are ups and downs. It looks all different. Okay, even if someone doesn't understand, then when it is introduced after this long period, one should definitely understand. Okay, and one should start using their main road. So after some period, it will it is supposed to be imperative to say to start saying that one must use the real road. That's why Hazrat Saad, after this long period, almost, I mean, around 90 years, he starts saying. Secondly, the important comes from the fact that the the descendants of a person, uh, sometimes it don't, descendants of a diamond holder can is very commonly deprived from the diamond. By diamond holder, I mean, think of the statement of Ilyas Rahmatullah, that ये करने अव्वल की हीरे है. The diamond has been, it is the same diamond that existed in the first period. Okay. So when someone does this effort, this tabligh efforts, sincerely, he can be considered diamond holder, right? Okay, let's use the term diamond holder, okay, to mean that a sincere worker of this effort. Okay, but you see that many people become diamond holder after change, after coming from a very bad type of life, right? He might have been completely away from Islamic uh, requirements. Okay, uh, he was not following any sunnah in his life, but in touch of these efforts, as he spent more and more time in these efforts, he changes himself and he becomes a very pious person. There's a complete change in his life. Then what does he do with his kids? Usually, what a good karkun, good worker, what does he do with his kids? He send them to where? Madrasa, right? That's the usual case. He sent them to madrasa. So it has been like that since the beginning, almost for 90 years. It has been like that. Okay. Now, if you look in this present situation, the number of people, number of sincere workers or diamond holders in your area, maybe you consider your halaka, something, the zone that you live in. How many of the diamond holders have a madrasa background? Maybe in your halaka there are around 200 diamond holders. By diamond holders, once again, I mean sincere workers of this effort. Okay. So, how many of these 200 has madrasa background? Very, very few, right? It may be just one. In many halaka, it may be nil. Okay. If very fortunately, it can be two or something. Right. Now, why is the number so small? For 90 years, all the diamond holders, most of the diamond holders, have been sending their kids to madrasa. So where did they go? Why is there a few number in the group of madrasa, group of diamond holders with madrasa background? Where all they go? Where did all they go? Where did all the kids of the diamond holders go? Why don't we find them in the list of diamond holders today? For 90 years, they were sending, right? So the fact is, the the descendants of the diamond holders have become madrasa wala, but not diamond holder. They have become madrasa folks, but not diamond holders. Okay, you know what? This effort could have stopped. Why it didn't stop? Do you know why it didn't stop? It didn't stop because a diamond holder could not leave his own kids as diamond holders when he died, but he left he I mean the kids of other people as diamond holders when he died. He was a worker. Through his work, through his efforts, he could make the kids of other people diamond holder when he died, but his own kids he couldn't. That's the greatest tragedy of this effort. That's the greatest tragedy. The descendants has the utmost hawk right to get the diamond, but they are not getting. In most cases, rarely they get. If when you the workers send them to madrasa, rarely these people become diamond holder. I can give an example. In Kakrail, there is an elder. He used to, I mean, not the top level elder though. He used to call Ajan. Okay, I forgot the name. Uh, he had 7 sons. Okay, he sent all of them to madrasa. Now these sons, they have grown up. Okay, they are all adult. Now none of them has become diamond holder. They don't spend time in Tablig efforts, and they even don't wanna listen to their father because their father is Jahil, and they are all scholars. So why would they listen to the father who is not who is not knowledgeable? Okay. So none of them has become diamond holder. They are all busy with madrasa efforts. The father tell them again and again, but it doesn't work. Okay. So you know why this tragedy has been existing for all these 90 years? Because these real facts that we have been discussing could not be discussed. But now it's time to introduce these concepts, these real facts, and this will, inshallah, save the descendants of the workers. Okay, their descendants can also become diamond holder. The descendants of diamond holder will be able to become diamond holder. So that's why this. So Ilyas Ramatul used to say, you know, uh, there are a lot of things I wish I could say, but I can't. Just with the, yeah, because that was not time, or with the fear of some reaction. Okay? So was I able to explain the two important reasons for the Sad to mention, to start talking about this? Okay? The first one, what was the first time? What was the first reason? The first reason was it is getting more and it is getting less and less pardonable as time passes, and 90 years have been enough. Okay, now probably it is no longer pardonable. Okay, or at least as 100 years are approaching, after 100 years it will no longer be pardonable. So he started to warn. He started a, a change, started to bring about a change. Okay? And secondly, to save the descendants of diamond holders, which is very important.